talk football and current events. Sitting and chatting with the very best guests. With two Scottish boys and we're loving it. So if you like witty banter, check the former #1 podcast on iTunes. Sitting and chatting.
Hello and welcome back to the Sitting and Chatting podcast. I'm Whyte.
I'm Jamie Allan.
Jamie, how you doing?
Fine now.
So, if you're watching this now, viewers, how shall we put this lightly? We're kind of up shit's creek. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Plans have changed. Plans have gone slightly array. This is literally off the cuff. It's 10:30 at night. I have work tomorrow. Jamie doesn't, for reasons that we'll get into in a second. But yeah, things have gone slightly to shit this week, and as a result, this is kind of last minute. But you're getting your weekly podcast, so be fucking grateful.
Exactly.
So, Jamie, you want to fill us in on why we're not in the studio at the moment?
Aye, I've got COVID. Tested positive.
Not as a joke, by the way.
No, it's a joke. No. Tested positive for COVID.
Welcome to part of the team, mate.
Aye, it's only took me past 2 years to catch up.
I know.
So
I got mine out the way early. You know, you decided to dwindle on it until everything's reopened. Most people have had 2 vaccines. It's all good.
I'm fucking happy for you.
Thank you.
Nah, I tested positive for COVID. So here we are. And the beautiful scenery of my room that I can't leave. So outstanding stuff that.
Yeah, I mean, we should be very clear about this, by the way. So we always record, and although you see the podcasts on a Sunday, they're always recorded on a Wednesday at the moment. So to give you a bit of a timeline, obviously last week's episode, me and Jamie were both fine. There was no issues. Jamie felt fine. And then on the wonderful, was it Thursday or Friday? It was Friday, wasn't it? Yeah, so Friday, for those that aren't aware, me and Jamie work very close to each other. We're only a couple of shops apart from each other. And there was a fire test in the building that was happening. So we were outside. Obviously, I know most of the people in Jamie's shop through Jamie, so I was speaking to them as this was going on. I sort of went up to them and I was like, oh, so how are you guys? And they both kind of came to me with a kind of sheepish reaction. I was like, is everything all right? Like, yeah, not really. Try to whisper to me, Jamie might have COVID. I'm like, nah, please tell me it's a joke. Please.
Not even 10 minutes prior, by the way. I was in that very shop and tested positive on a lateral flow test. I then proceeded to run like fuck into the car to go and get a PCR test done. So, you know.
Joe, I explained to folk what a PCR is that haven't had the luxury of doing one.
I have no idea personally, but you know, a lateral flow is one you can take for the house, and it gives you rapid response, accurate results.
They're about 90% accurate. I think they are
semi accurate results.
Yeah.
So obviously I tested positive. I couldn't taste my lunch on a Friday. That was the reason I got a lateral flow. I then went to go and get what's called a PCR, which is it takes about 24 to 48 hours to get the results back. Goes to the hospital and the labs, gets tested. So there was that. So that's what a PCR is. So I went up, got it done. You do it in the car. They hand you the stuff through the window. You go, you fucking deep throat a swab, stick up the beak.
It didn't have to do that, but Jamie volunteered the deep throat.
Right, I enjoy that. You know. Fling it in a little tube, snap it off, fling it in the box, and then it gets tested. So obviously I waited the 24 hours, and on the 24th hour, I got my results back saying I was positive. So yeah, fun and games, to be honest. It's been great ever since.
So for those that have been lucky enough not to have COVID, what's it been like?
I've not felt, like I was saying earlier, I've not really felt any of the bad symptoms, I'll say. Right? So kind of, you know, sore head, feverish symptoms. I've not felt any of that. I can't taste a thing. and I can't smell a thing.
Which
is obviously horrible.
Symptoms you hear about, basically.
Aye. So I can't taste or smell, and it's legit. You cannot taste and cannot smell.
Do you want to explain what you done earlier for your wee cousin's benefit?
Aye. So my wee cousin wasn't believing me. So I took a bottle after shave and merely sprayed 4 or 5 times into my gob.
I think you should personally do it for the podcast. I think
you know what? I'm honestly, Liam, I'm no para, right? There you go. Right. Honestly, right? You cannot taste a thing. You cannot taste a thing. I'm no para in the slightest, right? So I've swallowed that. Fuck knows if I die, I die. But so
part of me was thinking, I want to ask. I know you'll do it if I ask, but it's part of thinking. I'm
not para. On each day, look, I'll wash it in my water, so you know what? It's not the taste that's getting to me. Honestly, it's a fucking joke. You cannot taste or smell nada, right?
Of all the things we've done on this podcast, that's one of the best.
Aye. So I've got that. I've got those symptoms, but in general, I feel fine. I sleep a lot. Primarily because there's fuck all else to do.
See,
and obviously, a lot of water.
Like, so when I had it back in the day, I thought it was fucking shite when I had my bedroom, my living room, and my kitchen basically as my hub. To have just a fucking bedroom and a bathroom must be fucking torturous, by the way.
I've got a bathroom to myself, obviously a toilet. I've got a sink, and then
you have an ensuite in your room? I've forgotten.
No, I don't know. Well, that would be ideal. So I've got a toilet, sink, shower, and then my bedroom. That's the extent of my journey. Everything else, I'm relying on my parents to bring stuff up for me, which is it's been fun and games. But to be honest, it's 10 days. I'll get it, but it is horrible.
Hopefully, only 10 days.
No, don't say stuff like that. I don't even say stuff like that. I couldn't imagine doing it for any longer.
I'll get over it. 11 days, I'll fucking shoot myself.
Honestly, I don't mind it. It's the idea of waking up, right? And then you go, right, I'm going to watch something, or I'm going to play the PlayStation, and then there's no end game to your day.
Yeah.
There's nothing going to happen. There's no excitement. You know what I mean? You're going back to that same fucking bed, which, by the way, is horrible because your bed sheets haven't changed in 2 weeks already.
You can do that. You don't have to fucking not change your bed sheet.
I don't know because I can't do that though, because obviously then I can't get the dirty stuff to my mum.
Well, yeah, not only she can chuck in a new pair and you just fucking aside for a weekday or two.
That aspect, but it's just a risk you don't need to take. That's the way I see it. Do you know what I mean? So
fair enough.
It's one of those ones.
And also, you can't be asked.
Aye, fuck it. I can't be asked. But it's tolerable. Let's go with that.
I mean, obviously it doesn't affect me in any real way, but I might as well, grovel and try and make the viewers feel pity for me as well at this point. So just to give you a bit of an understanding of what happened through my head that day as well for the viewers. So I was due to go to Glasgow that night, see my pals. My pals, I haven't seen them in a very long time. So also then I was going there for a grand total of 2 hours, and then I had to drive all the way to the other coast basically and grab my granddad from the airport. A busy night and a busy day at work, but a manageable one. Then obviously this gets whacked up at me, so I had then which I was meant to leave work in half an hour, so then I had to inform my friends I couldn't come, one of which I was driving, and then also had to very luckily get my mum to pick my granddad up from the airport. But to be honest, it was almost a relief, because I'm not gonna lie, when I got home, I didn't realise quite how tired I was, because I was fucking shattered. And although I was glad I couldn't go out, I was so happy to get an early night's sleep that night and I'm doing nothing.
Yeah.
I remember Dylan said to me, like your pal Dylan you work with said to me not that long ago, that I give myself too much to do and that I very much do not ever stop. And although it's kind of not true, like I mean, I'm just doing stuff with mates or doing stuff with family. I really did realise in that moment, fuck, I haven't actually had a day where I've done nothing in nearly a month. So it was quite a nice change of pace.
You always have plans. I think I said this to you one day in the shop as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's honestly, it's a good thing. But
it was really that moment that really was a hit to me of like, fuck, I've not had a day where I did nothing before, and I just sat down and I was like, that's actually pretty nice to be honest.
Yeah, I know. It's basically recharging your batteries. Is
absolutely
the best way of putting it.
And you know that, and I imagine as well, you know that feeling. So you've kept yourself pretty busy yourself recently, so to have that.
100%. But you know, don't get me wrong. Saturday, what a day! Just lying in my bed, doing nothing. But then Sunday hit, and I was like, "Oh, Firm Day, here we go." Slept through the first 70 minutes. Yeah.
So Jamie is basically it's Christmas, like it's 4 times a year.
Like I slept through 70 minutes in Old Firm. I didn't want to wake up, but you know I did. So fuck it, you know. It was it's interesting to say the least.
Try and look. I suppose the best thing to try and do in that situation is just try and look at the positives, and the positive is we've got a slight break, which is nice. Even today, first day off since everything happened. It was just nice to although I was kind of pissed off that no one was free on a beautiful sunny day, it was also kind of nice as well just to sit back and watch TV and do nothing, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you know what's weird though? Like my dad's the exact same. Like, so ever since I've known my dad, he's always been like, work, even on the day off, right? Need to go out and do something, need to keep ourselves busy, sort of thing. And I always used to slag him off for this as a kid. It's just like, why don't you ever just sit around and like put your feet up for like a few hours, sort of thing. But now that I'm like in my 20s, I'm suddenly like, fuck, now I get why he doesn't do it. It's because you don't want to fucking sit around and do nothing because it's boring as shit at times.
Exactly. No. Oh, fuck me, man.
Yeah. We should probably say as well, if this is a very short one, it might be 1 because there's no prep that's gone into this, and also 2 because Jamie might die in the middle after that aftershave drinking incident.
We can only hope. The whole idea of sitting about doing nothing is so appealing to people who are on their feet all the time.
Yeah.
But when you're there, you're like, oh, this is pretty shit. See, the thing is, I'd love a day to sit in the house doing nothing, right? Fine, fair enough, that's great. But then see when you're locked away, knowing you can't do anything else, that's the hard part.
See, I enjoyed that during the first period of COVID. I think we kind of talked about it when we first started in these like Zoom chats. Like it was a great like change of pace. And I was one of these idiots at the start that thought this will last a couple of weeks or a month or something like that. And then we'll be back to
you normal. Fucking idiot, bro.
Well, I mean, we're talking 18 months later and we're only just kind of getting back to normal now. But like, it was like, I know it sounds insensitive and I don't mean it to, but it genuinely was at the start really great for me. I'm someone that used to work 5 days a week and I used to work long hours. Like it was nice to suddenly be like, well, I can just sit at home, chat to all my mates for 8 hours a day on like Zoom or Discord or something like that and play COD. Fucking sign me up. Like, I'll take that. Yes, okay, I get paid slightly less, but I'm also not going out, so I'm also not spending money. Fucking hell, I'll take that.
It's like 1-1 sort of ideal.
And then, of course, once month 2 and 3 and 4 hits, then you're kind of like, actually, Joe, I wouldn't mind being back at work at this stage. But yeah, I mean, like, we've lived through it. You'll get through this soon. You'll get your second vaccine. We'll all be good.
What's the point now? I've had it already. Fuck it. Nah.
You won't guarantee that. It's like lightning, you know. You won't catch it twice, will you?
Exactly. Dylan's got it 3 times, but fuck him.
But he's useless, you know. What do you expect?
Cunt's weird.
Still not ordered his ancestry thing as well. He needs to get on that.
Scum, by the way.
I know we've only got 9 episodes left after this. He needs to get
That's
a move on.
mad to even think about, by the way. Mad to even think about.
Well, actually, I mean, do we do it on episode 100 or the Christmas special? I suppose it's up to him.
We'll need to wait and see because obviously he needs to fucking order the cunt before we
I
can
know.
even talk about stuff like that.
That's
So.
kind of mad thing though. 9 weeks away. It's the very end of November. I think it's last week in November. It's our 100th ep.
That's quite outrageous. Love it.
Well, even more to think though, like we'll have done like 105 by the end of this year or something like that.
That's madness.
Consider as well, we started off this year in 57.
By the way.
We come the end of this year, by the way, we'll have done more podcasts this year than we've done on the 3 years previous.
No, we move.
Like I said, we went through periods of inconsistency, but we've came back and it's like a fucking storm.
Exactly.
I know.
Who would have thunk it, by the way, that this week was going to be a fucking absolute COVID Zoom special?
I know. Well, I mean, next week will as well. Let's be honest. It's probably going to be a Zoom special next week.
Most likely, aye. Most likely.
But it's fine because that means then it saves me about 6 hours worth of work, which I'm very happy about.
Should we probably go and speak on the mere fact that this week is not going to be a guest week?
Okay, yeah. Well, if you're
we
watching
didn't go
this,
into too much detail.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. So if you're watching this version of the podcast, we've had a slight complication with guests, which is why it's just me and Jamie. If you're watching the other version, doesn't matter. We got the guest back, but for now at least,
COVID was a part of it, so that's
COVID was a part of it as well. Yeah, but either way, next week I'll sort something out for next week. I'll be kind to the listeners.
Love that.
We'll get. Might get a wee special. I don't want to promise anything, but maybe an Oliver Simpson Zoom special might be in order.
That sounds rather tasty, to be fair.
I know. I'll make sure to have a lot of drink for that because that one will take a long time.
Full of stories.
That boy is full of stories.
I know. That's what's mad.
But anyway, since our plans have gone out the window for what we were going to talk about,
yeah.
I'll talk about Big Cristiano Ronaldo.
If you want, aye. In fact, wait.
Did you expect it? Did you expect it?
No. I don't think anybody did. Let's be real.
It just kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I anticipated that Ronaldo would end his career at Man United.
I think that after that part.
I genuinely did. I thought it was destined to finish his career.
You remember back when Man United played Juve back when he was still there a few years ago in the Champions League. Remember they scored a big winner at the end and they gave it the big like fucking calm down to the audience. That to me at that point made me think he's not going back as is. Because part of me always thought in my head he might have done, but I never truly believed he would do. But part of me as well makes me think though that I don't know. It does seem like a strange one though to me, right? Because the boy is not like a sentimental person. Let's be honest, he's a winner. And if he wanted to guarantee himself 20 goals of a season of tap-ins and also, probably winning Prems and Champions Leagues, City would have been the place to do it, let's be honest.
He's loyal to one man. His footballing father. Sir Alex
is he?
No, he is.
No, I mean, he's loyal to him, but like, I genuinely didn't expect. I don't even it is a betrayal, but it's not as bad as like people are making it out to be.
Of course it is. What are you talking about? 1,000,000%.
Maybe part of me just kind of hoped that he went to City.
Aye.
For the sole reason I could have laughed.
No, I'd hate it more if he went to City. Because I despise City with a fucking soaring passion. And they would have probably won
City more than Man United.
Fuck aye. I can honestly tolerate Man U could win the league this year, and I honestly wouldn't be fazed by it. It would disgust me. It would disgust me, but it wouldn't faze me. I wouldn't lose sleep in it. Man City's going to win it again, and I'm going to lose sleep in it. Fucking cunts.
The worst part's going to be fucking.
Are you scared though? This year?
No, I'm. Because I mean, let's be honest.
I genuinely believe he'll get 20 goals in this Premier League season.
I don't think maybe 20, but I think he's at least guaranteed to get 15. Which to me,
You underestimate it.
That's my my hope. I'll be totally honest here. My hope is that the boy gets injured and he doesn't set foot on the pitch. But
that's outrageous for you. But anyway,
look, it's not against it. I just don't want to see Man United win a league, and they do have a better chance of having there.
Mason Greenwood, Rashford.
He must be pissed, by the way, because he's guaranteed to start for them this year until that.
He will start though. He's playing to the left. No way Martial gets a game. No fucking way. Nah. I think you'll see a lot less of Sancho than what you anticipated. I think the front three going forward will be Greenwood, Ronaldo, and Rashford.
Sancho's so good though.
I know, but they might actually drop Rashford because he's not had a great start, and he's not his England call it wasn't exactly appealing, was it? Let's be honest. So there's a chance he doesn't start as well. I think you'll find Ronaldo gets 20 goals this season, and they are maybe a point ahead or a point behind. I think it's going to be very close. Because Rafael Varane's a great signing. Maguire's obviously Maguire. I don't know. Pogba in the midfield playing the way he started. I think Man U's in big chances. Put it this way, my Prem predictions now would probably change.
Well, we've committed to them, so we can't.
Oh no, I've committed. I'm not going to change it, but I'm saying if I was to
I can't. Did you and me both put Liverpool fourth and Man U?
Yeah. No. You put I put Man U second. You put.
I put my. Oh yeah, that's probably.
You switched on with Chelsea, which I don't think is going to happen anyway. Chelsea look good, but I think people underestimate the situation that Ronaldo is. See, like the day I'll go to it quickly, is like me and Dylan were on PlayStation, we were talking about like Ronaldo in general signing for Man U, and then he was like, "Oh, Messi's the most technically gifted player to ever grace the game," and I went into the smallest arguments with him in regards to it. Right, I was like, "What do you mean technically gifted?" And then he was like, "You know, you could go back and forth with a Messi Ronaldo chat all day, but I said technically gifted. I would argue Ronaldo is up there as the best and better." And he was like, "But if you were wanting one of the players to run at the opposition, who are you choosing?" I'm like, "Obviously Messi, because he's the best dribbler to ever grace the game. But overall, Ronaldo's a better player, and I would take him in my team before I'd take Messi." Was primarily what I was getting at. Yeah. And I think people totally underestimate the signing of Cristiano Ronaldo.
I think people all realise this genuinely.
People are feared that he's 36 years of age and he's only cost 15 million. They think, how's that happened?
No, I'm feared by the fact the cunt's minimum going to score 15 goals. And I think it's going to be 20. You'll have another bet, like how you said Raheem Sterling's going to be top goal scorer this year. What drugs are you on that day, by the way?
Honestly, I didn't think they were going to play Grealish as much, to be fair.
See, I told you, minimum he's safe 6 months.
It's fuck knows, man. I back Ronaldo. Honestly, I'd go as far to say Ronaldo gets top goal scorer this season.
No, I can back that.
No, I genuinely believe he could get 23, 24 goals.
You seen it last year. He got top scorer for the ad, didn't he, last year?
Yeah. He is coming into a weaker side, though. I genuinely believe that.
Than that Juve team?
Right now, aye. But maybe not this season, but like overall.
Not sure. I'd still say that Man U team's probably better than that Juve team.
Maybe. It's an interesting one because obviously Pogba this season has looked like he's a brand new man.
Is he playing for that move away though?
Maybe aye. It's mad to think though, isn't it?
I actually believe, by the way, he's gonna stay there now. I actually believe he'll sign a new deal now.
Yeah. Everybody wants to play with Cristiano.
No, not even that. I just think like he's blowing his chance now because you've just seen like Real signed that Camavinga and that. And they're good. And I mean, they fucking tried to blow the bank. But did we talk about this, by the way? I can't remember if we talked about this or not in the podcast.
What?
Fucking how stupid the Mbappe move is.
I don't know.
Right, okay. We'll break it down for those that maybe don't know. So, Kylian Mbappe, probably the most promising young player in the world. Maybe even like the third best player in the world right now.
I would say it's between two for most promising.
Yeah. Anyway, right. So the cunt's unreal, and he has been for years now at this stage. However, he's coming into his final year of his contract, which means next summer he's available for free. So that means no team needs to pay any money for him. And even in January, they can sign him on a contract agreement where they still have to pay nothing. I mean, obviously they have to pay the player money, but in general they don't have to pay anyone anything. And Real Madrid genuinely offered £180 million to sign someone that they can get for free in less than 4 months.
Do you see why they done it though?
Why?
Well, see the way I've seen a few things, but primarily the way I see it is they've put 180 million down, knowing fine well it's going to get rejected, right? Because the asking price was 280 million pounds. That was his market price. That was what PSG had set and asked for. His release clause is something ridiculous, like 350 and above. But his market price was 280, and that's what they were willing to accept offers above, right? So Madrid put in 180 million to show interest because nobody else put a bid in. So next season, when it comes to being the free, he goes, they showed interest. I'm going there.
No, right. Here's the thing, though, right? You could see from like photos of when he was a Bayern and that the only team he's ever cared about, like growing up, is Real Madrid. That's the team he's always supported. He's always said in interviews, "I want to go to Real Madrid." XYZ. Real Madrid are the only team that he's interested in going to, in my opinion, right? Why even take the risk? And most of the point as well, why would he want to leave? He's going to play for a season in a better team with a better chance of winning the Champions League. You know, he gets to play one season with, in my opinion, the greatest footballer of all time. I don't think, put it this way, I only think the only thing Real guarantee out of that, if that deal was accepted, was that they would have probably guaranteed themselves La Liga. That's the only thing, in my opinion, they would have guaranteed.
I still can't see them losing. Like Barcelona, they're fucked. Yeah. Atletico might win it again because obviously they've just received Griezmann.
What a fuck up that deal was, by the way.
Mate.
He is for the thing is as well, right? Though he's hated now by Athletic fans, and he's also now hated by Barca fans. He has done nothing good in that deal. Because let's not forget, the year before he moved to Barca, he had that.
He's still on fucking 600k a week.
Mate, the thing is, right? There was that massive documentary done on Netflix saying the decision about how he decided to drop Barca, stay at Atletico. He moved to Barca the next year after that documentary came out. The wages that they brought him in for basically meant it so that they couldn't sign Lionel Messi again. And they made like £80 million loss on him as well to sell him back to Atletico.
Yeah.
And also with that money Atletico made, they bought in Suarez and also basically guaranteed them the league.
And they got João Felix.
And João Felix as well. The cunts basically guaranteed them another trophy, maybe. Because, I mean, let's be honest, if Griezmann scores like 15 or 20 with Suarez and with Felix, they're laughing.
Good time, man. The thing is, yes, I've took an £80 million loss. But they've been absolutely fucking played, by the way.
Oh, no, like, 100%.
Like, totally fucking played.
I've seen that as well today. Alaba and Busquets had to take pay cuts so they could register Aguero by today.
Yeah, so stupid, man.
And
the purchase looked young as well, didn't they?
Oh, they got him on loan, I think, which...
How mad is that club now?
Look, their front three is looking like fucking at the moment until Fatty is fit. It'll be fucking Depay. Okay, it's a good signing. I can get behind that. Martin Braithwaite and fucking Luke de Jong up front. It's so bad. It's so bad.
You know what I find absolutely fucking mind-boggling, by the way, is how somebody's not came in and bought Frankie de Jong.
I think he's one of the few players Barca might not have sold, to be honest. I think they say something like him and Ter Stegen were the only two that went for sale, basically, during all this.
That's mind-blowing to me, man.
To be fair, though, they were smart not to sell him. Like,
no, fucking 100%. But here's the way I see it. That for Liverpool in a dying situation, sticking £80 million.
But you know, that's not the Liverpool way.
I know, but realistically, we waited to the last second to get Jordan Henderson, and we've lost Wijnaldum. Take Frankie de Jong. He's a fucking great player.
Yeah, I know we are slightly well, we're not fucked, but it's that thing of just like
we should have got an ownership though.
Yeah, well, I mean, you think about it, Genie literally never misses a second of football all season. Navigator and Ox are always injured. Henderson's track record's a bit iffy. And we're currently playing an 18-year-old winner in central mid at the moment.
Mad, isn't it?
Which, I mean, he might turn out to be the greatest player of all time at this rate, but, I mean, that's a risk, isn't it?
Aye. It is a risk. But, you know what? We'll get top four.
If we do it, it's fucking cards.
I can only see us getting top four.
I mean, same, but I mean, it's that thing of just like.
Well, I feel as though we should have went in for either Mbappe or Frankie de Jong, somebody that actually adds to the team, whereas we're still static.
I knew that's the thing though. I knew after. Well, no, I thought we'd maybe get at least one more player in, if I'm being totally honest. But I mean, like it's what it is. We move this season and fucking pray we get top four, and then we can move from next season. And when, hopefully Ronaldo finally, can't run anymore and he's crippled. But, we'll see how it goes. It does, in my head, it does feel slightly like a slightly wasted opportunity because obviously Man U still don't have a DM, so they're a bit fucked in that regard. Chelsea are the only ones that made massive strides forward, in my opinion, this summer.
Their window was outstanding.
Yeah. And I mean, like, City were great last year, but they weren't outstanding. They've not really done anything that makes them a lot better.
I think Grealish is not even an addition.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, they've not really moved forward, if that makes sense. Like with our strikers, so it's like I think that if we did do something massive this year, we did maybe have a chance of like going for it. But I just think now there's just no chance now. But we'll see what happens.
Madness.
Right. We've talked enough about football, but what do we move on to is the important question.
I don't even know what's happening in the world then.
Mate. It's been it's not a lot's happened, that's the god honest truth.
We could talk about the Taliban.
You want to give your we've had Jamie's Love Island's review. Shall we have Jamie's political segment now as well on this podcast?
Probably shouldn't I, but you know what? At this point,
I mean, I was going to go down a camera route, but if you want to go for that, go for it. Let me hear your opinion on the Taliban, good or bad. Are you a fan of the Taliban, Jamie?
Very much pro. That's fucking outrageous.
Part of me just wants to fucking this. I made you to like the McQueen in the thumbnail last week. I want to fucking make you with a Taliban flag this week.
Obviously the situation in Afghanistan's fucking mental in it, let's be honest.
But you've seen that photo in the plane of them all flying back, and there's like, what they say, they got like 800 people on it or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen those planes, they're fucking massive. How'd you fit 800 people into one of those passing planes?
Yeah, I know. It's mental. The scenes are a bit disturbing for most people.
It's going to sound
people
really
are
bad now, but I thought most of them I know like they were slowly pulling out over the years now. I thought they were pretty much all gone now, and clearly they were because there are only still like a few troops remaining, but I didn't realise it was like that.
There were still 3 big bases though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't realise there was still that much and it was going to happen like that sort of thing.
Aye, 3 big bases. There was still 2 embassies for the US. And there was a UK embassy there as well.
Do you know what as well? Do you know what as well? It's like even madder as well to think about, like how, like, because obviously you always hear reports and that out there of how like unpopular like the Americans in the West are being over there. But you can clearly see how much like a lot of people's lives were affected for the better by them being over there. And I'm not trying for 1 second to say that the war on Afghanistan was a good thing, but you can clearly see a lot of people were upset by them leaving this area.
Aye, it's horrible for the villagers who actually don't have anything to do with that. You know, the honest, hard-working Afghanistan locals.
Yeah.
It's horrible for them, obviously, because they either follow in the footsteps of the Taliban or they get killed. It's as simple as that. It's got to sound bad, but it's their country. Fuck them, what we get on with it. But if they've got a full country to run extremist camps, get everybody, you know, it's just no idea.
Well, that's the thing though. Like they've just pulled. Like when did they first go over there? It was like 2003, something like that. Like you've just pulled them out now. It's been nearly 15 years. Like you can't just like go back again now as well, which is the worst part. Like, so I'm sure there are a lot of soldiers out there that aren't just your stereotypical. I want to blow a Taliban's head off. They probably do want to go out there to make a difference. And it probably isn't great sitting on the runway of the airport and seeing people hanging on for dear life onto these like planes and that.
Nah. And the thing is, like in these bases, you've got locals that work in them. Do you know what I mean? That's what obviously Duncan was there and he said there was local Afghanis that came in and, you know, they were strip searched just to go to their work. And obviously they would go and they would run they would run into McDonald's that was sitting in the base. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how fucking mad it was. And then they would leave the base, go back to their, you know, village. Like that's how life was. But then
that's the thing as well. To like the Taliban, they'll probably be considered like traitors if they're like.
Oh, exactly. Aye.
But no, your dad's working at a Mackey's.
So could you imagine you're working over there? Like you're there as a soldier, and you know you meet this same guy at the Costa shop every day just to be a local, and now you know he's most likely been beheaded or whatever for his general way of life, just trying to make a living. It's mad as fuck.
That's why I genuinely can't understand like folk getting so fucking angry about like I know everyone's not the same. Some people do have genuine reason, but let's be honest, a lot of people sort of saying like, oh, you know, how dare you flee your country? You know, you should stand there and fight. It's just like you can't expect that. Like a lot of these people have like kids and that. You don't want to fucking take the risk that your Wayne's going to get fucking blown up tomorrow by someone. You know, you need to at the end of it. If you're a family person, you need to do what's best for your family. And if that means fleeing your country, I'm sorry, but you need to do it. If Scotland tomorrow was invaded and the only chance I had left of like keep my family safe was to leave here, you better believe the fucking first thing I'm doing is leaving, you know?
Nah. Like, yeah, it's based on it's a life choice rather than a personal choice, you know. It's no nice. No. Obviously the images you see are a bit distressing, but
yeah, and I mean you hear as well all things that with Taliban and that are like, you know, trying to, you know, they're saying that they're taking people's like more modern 21st century views into things, but it's always that kind of thing of how much that's true. Do you know what's mad at me to think as well? Back in the fucking like late 80s, early 90s as well, the Taliban were considered like friends of like America and the UK because of their stance against Russia. It's just like how mad things change in a number of years. Me and Jamie are big fans of James Bond, if you know, but if you go back and watch a certain Living Daylights film, you'll see how James Bond teams up with the Taliban against the Russians to defeat them.
Yep, that happened.
It's a bit of a strange watch nowadays, especially how I consider how like well the Taliban are portrayed in that film as well. But yeah, times do change, and it shows how easily you can go from being, the brinners of peace to the brinners of terrorism in the eyes of the people.
I know, it's fucking nuts.
Well, listen, in all seriousness, like all piss taken aside, I do actually wish, like, if you are involved in that situation, I do genuinely like wish you the best luck, and whether you stay over there and try and build your life, or whether you have to flee if that's what life calls for it. Do what's best for yourself. Don't let some racist piece of shit online, tell you that you're a disgrace to your nation. Because at the end of the day, the people that are disgraced to your nation are the people that are bombing you and doing all that shit to you. So take it in your strides, get a better life for yourself and your family, and move on from that, because you'll be fine, hopefully.
You can only pray.
I mean, it does genuinely make you realise how lucky we are. Like, because don't get me wrong, we have shitty politicians, but let's be honest, you take Bojo any day over getting fucking shot. Let's be honest.
Facts, by the way, fucking facts.
Right. Well, before I get us a wee bit more depression, shall we move on then?
100%, aye.
Right, okay. Now I'm going on you. What to talk about next? You can see there's a lot. Wait, this is literally no planning was able to go into this prior. I've got a topic. Let's talk about. A wee while ago, we had a certain YuGiOh on the podcast who very confidently was able to back that Jake Paul would get his head battered in by in a few weeks' time. That time came, and it did not happen. But he won, obviously, and he did. Did you watch it?
I watched the highlights. That helps.
I mean, you and I both did say that he'd win. Granted, I have little to no knowledge, but I still backed it, and I was correct. So fuck you, YuGiOh.
It was a weird fight.
I mean, he's saying rigged. I don't personally think it's rigged.
Nah, it's not. 5th round, ropey. For Jake Paul's side, he got hit, and he got hit. But honestly, to come back and beat him on, obviously, not actually knock him out.
Yeah, split decision.
He still won.
Yeah,
and he did that. People hate on him.
I mean, I fucking despise the boy. He has proven he's a half. Like, I don't get, like, personally, like, I trust YuGiOh's judgment, right, when it comes to these sorts of things. I'm not saying that he's a liar, but I will say, like, to me at least, he's proven himself that he's a half decent fighter.
By far, aye. You know something? I watched the fight. He was very ropey in the 5th round. 6. Probably should have lost the 7th.
What was it? 7 or 8 rounds?
7, I think. Was it 8? It was 7 or 8. The last round he probably should have lost, because he didn't. I think that's kind of why the decision went his way. But it was weird, man, because I knew going into it he was going to win. I had such confidence. I did. I only put a 10 on it because I was serious.
To be fair, how much money did you get back?
29 quid or something like that.
Was he booking his favourites?
Aye, was I? Which was mad, to be fair. But I made 19 quid off it. But I knew he was going to win. I could have fucking easily put 100 quid on it and not worried about it, because I just knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. It's where he goes to next. I see the only plausible situation now is fighting Tyson Fury. Give yourself a right challenge. And if you Tommy, sorry. And if you beat him,
I have to say though, by the way, that's fucking embarrassing for him that he went on the undercard for that fight. He should sack his management for allowing that tag. That's a shocker, embarrassing.
That's a shocker. I don't know. Personally, I think that's your next fight. And
I
if he
mean,
doesn't do it,
it's the only one for me that's standing next. There's no one else I can think of that he'd fight at the moment. Not stick out in my head.
nah, I mean is it in Gangu or something? You know, the UFC fighter.
I mean, he'd get fucking killed by him. I know I've backed Jake Paul here, but he'd be fucking killed by that.
Well, he's the only one now he's moving into the acting game. Dylan told me today as well. He's going to be the new Marv. He's going to be the new Chadwick. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Black Panther.
Aye, he's going to be. Yeah, that's what Dylan was telling me today. You know what I'm like, really DC, Marvel, and all that. I've never got a fucking clue.
No, but that, I mean, like the cunt's not an actor. It seems a wee bit weird that Marvel are giving him like a billion pound film, but I don't know.
But you either fight him or you fight Tommy Fury. That's your two next options. And he's only going to take one of them if they were the two that was displayed in front of him. This whole idea of that fucking Tyron Woodley getting a fucking tattoo and getting the rematch, shut up. Move on.
Did he get a tattoo in the end? Because I heard someone say that there was a tattoo artist there.
Aye, no, there's a tattoo artist there. If he gets a tattoo, something, I love Jake Paul, some shit like that. Jake Paul will give him a rematch. It's embarrassing.
I mean, why would you?
Aye, but irrespective of that, right? Move on. You've bet the cunt. Move on. Go to your next one. And obviously, put out the fake retirement hanging in. Everybody was like, oh, he's retired already before he's even challenged his cell. Little did they know that he wasn't even retiring, it was all a wind up. So, he goes to Tommy Fury now, or he doesn't do it at all?
Nah, I think he keeps going because, let's be honest, the cunt's got nothing much else at this point.
No, he keeps going in the boxing game, but I think you've got to go for Tommy Fury. You've got to challenge yourself.
Is it not even that? I mean, I think it's just a thing that'll get the clicks nowadays. I think he's smart enough to realise that.
No.
Yeah. No, I would say good luck, but I fucking despise the boy. I actually hope he gets knocked out. But I mean, thanks at least for proving to me and Jamie that we know half of something about boxing. So cheers.
Aye.
For me, about that much.
Pick up Jake.
Okay, that's just a bit gay. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that shit.
I see it. I don't know. Have you got something against gays? Something?
Nah, I've got something against you though doing that weird shit.
Fair enough if you say so. Bye. I know your kind of extensive knowledge of boxing was limited.
Yeah,
but
I told you it's about this much, like being accurate. I'm not going to try. I mean, it's obvious I'd destroy you when it comes to football, but for boxing, you're the less than the expert.
I mean, no. I'm all right. I'm the expert, period. I'm the expert, period.
Okay.
Aye.
So how are you doing in terms of the football bets we've done on this podcast?
Fucking, this COVID, by the way. This COVID's fucking really getting to you, by the way.
No. It sounds like it's been getting to you for the past 4 years, all your shite predictions that you made.
Nice. Fuck you. Fucking bastard, I'll tell you. But Bradley, by the way, right?
What's he done now?
Quick diversion, right? Bradley said he's
Jamie's weekly gave Bradley shit.
Hold on, I'm going to get it up. Wait now.
What's he done? Are you out this pure boy on the podcast for?
So he messaged me last night, and it reads as follows.
Okay.
Yeah, fucker. Been listening to the podcast, and some of your statements are a bit questionable, to say the least.
Okay,
right?
Let's hear that.
So I says, I do tell. He says, the Spice Boy partner for one, ridiculous.
What
says,
about him that you said?
Aye, it's because I called him a Spice
Do you know
Boy.
what I reckon that right? Straight away, I reckon Rachel's the one that's listened and told him to go to these parts. Straight away. I do not believe he's listened to this podcast.
I don't know, Bradley's a weird cunt.
He said you have to be weird to listen to these.
No, I'm saying Bradley is weird, so he will be listening.
Right.
And then he says,
then he's saying
you're saying I've done 40,000 miles on my motor. I've only done 15,000.
To be fair, that is a slight exaggeration from yourself there.
Listen, but 50,000 miles in a year. Not even a year.
Is that not
fucking-
even a year?
No, that's outrageous, regardless.
Okay, that's still a lot, but still, yeah, it's
like,
a bit less. Than
granted,
40.
I said 40,000, right? Fuck it, who cares?
Do you know what I've realised? You and me are really getting called out a lot more on these podcasts or statements we're saying about people.
I know. So anyway, I just basically said shut the fuck up. And that was it, to be honest. He asked me to go on PlayStation last night and I didn't, so fuck him. Bradley, if you're listening.
Just because
fuck
of
you.
that. Just because of those statements.
No, just because you're a fucking weapon anyway.
Right. Right.
I was just a small teacher.
Right. Now, I know the wall isn't here, right? But you and me are clearly struggling for topics at this point. Shall I lap us out some topics and I'll add them to the wall for next time?
Wait, for next time?
Well, I'll put them on the wall so they're obviously. I can't move it around.
Go
Right,
for
give me a
it.
second. Grab the envelope.
Aye.
Right, so for those that maybe are new to this or don't know what we're doing, me and Jamie, we normally have a studio, and in this studio, we do what's called a quality and shout wall. Basically, a big wall with different topics on it. Me and Jamie, basically, each week we pick 5 out of a hat, or rather an envelope. We have to kind of decide if they are quality or shite. Now, we take everything into account, and we also have to come to sort of a middle ground. So if Jamie was to say something was very shite, and I was to say something was the top end of quality, I'd have to go in the middle, just so people have an idea and wonder what the fuck we're doing, just in case. So, Jamie, first one is sports merchandise. What do you think about sports merchandise? Something like signed shirts, maybe medals, that kind of thing.
Right, okay. The server purpose don't really interest me. I've got a Rangers brick with loads of signatures in it, but that's about the extent of my.
Yeah,
football.
I mean, see if I had like my own house, right, and see if I had a bit of decent money, I would probably try and look and maybe on a wall or that, maybe see if I could get some Aberdeen or Liverpool signed shirts sort of thing.
Sorry, you said Aberdeen there.
Exactly. Well, here's the point I'm going to make now, right? They're always overpriced as fuck, right? Okay.
Facts.
Like football shirts in general, overpriced as fuck. That's why all mines are fakes nowadays. I can't even lie. I don't even care. To get one signed, fucking extortionate, especially if it's a Liverpool player that signed it. So, and plus as well, I think to most people they're relatively tacky. To me, it wouldn't be. It's not like it would be like front and center in my house. It might be like something for the bar or something like that. I'd enjoy it, but fuck me, I wouldn't enjoy spending the hundreds of pounds on it. So for me, I think it's actually a wee bit shite, to be honest. What do you think?
They're shite. They are shite.
In the shite pile.
Aye, they are shite.
Right.
Shite that they're shite, but they're shite.
Yeah, it is shite, they're shite, but they are shite. Right.
Aye.
Tell me when to stop, feeling
Right.
it.
Oh, stop.
You left that a bit long. You got excited.
I enjoyed that.
Oh, okay. I don't actually know where this is going to go. Metal music. So heavy metal music.
Very bottom in the shite pile.
Do you know what, right?
Surely there's no argument.
Do you know what, right? I was genuinely a wee bit worried before we start this that you and me were going to disagree, but I'm glad you and me are on the same wavelength for this.
Oh, fuck it.
Are you a big fan of the big emos and the screamo and stuff like that?
No. The boy in my shop makes all that metal shite music. Horrible. You know something? No, I back the idea of him. He's talented, but music's shite.
Yeah. No, I think I can agree in that. I can understand if people are talented at it and it might be like your kind of thing, but fuck me, I fucking hate it.
Exactly.
Right. It's worse than Netflix documentaries, I have to say. I would actually argue that it's not as bad as camping. I think I'd genuinely listen to an hour of metal than go camping for an hour.
No.
You're saying worse than camping?
Metal is disgusting.
Is it worse than classical music or better?
No, I'd rather listen to classical music.
Shit, that's a really is really important.
Liam, it's fucking vulgar.
I apologise to all the goths that listen to Sin and Chan. I guess
Fuck you, golf cunts.
and that's why they are at KP and they are no longer listening.
Aye, fuck them.
Right. Oof. Slippers.
Or baffies, as people for Fife would call
No,
them.
didn't do that shit. I can say I am aware of a slipper as we can now talk.
You know something? I've always said I'm going to buy them. Never do. I appreciate the value they bring, especially the winter idea. Oh, yeah, I can't. But me personally, right? So in the house,
Yeah.
I'll wear.
Are you a shoe guy in the house, or like do you take
Nah. So nowadays, my mum's got a new carpet, so it's shoes off before you go up the stairs all the time.
Right.
Prior to that, I'd wear my shoes on upstairs, take them off, leave them in my room, and then walk about in my socks.
See, I'm 99% of the time in my socks, right? However, see if I'm in the kitchen cooking, I do like to put the slippers on just because, like, it's obviously like
Makes
a laminate floor and that. It's also, let's be honest as well, like I'm a pretty clean person, but even still, like, that's a laminate floor from the 90s. Like, fuck knows the state it's in, even though I've cleaned it.
Aye.
I don't mind keeping the slippers on just so I don't ruin the
Nah,
socks.
I buy that.
Plus, well, like white socks, well, like, imagine you drop sauce on that, that's like ruined, you know.
Fuck. No, they serve their purpose. Enjoy them. Probably would buy
comfy.
a pair. Keep you warm. Perfect for winter. I'd probably say halfway up the quality, what, to be honest.
You're saying as high as halfway up?
Aye, no, I buy the notion of a slipper.
I'm not saying maybe halfway up. I'm saying a wee. They are still in quality though. So yeah.
Aye, that's fair. That's fair.
This has gotten better in the last 2 weeks. So I'm actually agreeing on stuff this time. Right, tell me when you want me to stop.
Stop.
Yeah, I can just tell straight away. This is going to be a no fucking clue. Right. The TV show and very popular card game from the very early 2000s, YuGiOh. Did you ever watch the show growing up as a bairn? You did not live, my friend. You did not live. There's just. Do you want me to give you a premise on the show of what I remember about?
No, I don't, honestly.
I don't care.
No, here's what I'm going to say real quick, right?
Okay.
To me, YuGiOh sounds like a shite Pokemon and deserves to be at the very bottom of the shite pile.
Right, so see growing up as a bairn, right? So when I actually came to like the cards, never had a fucking Pokemon card in my life, but I always had YuGiOh cards. Now I didn't ken how to play the game, even though I watched the TV show as a bairn. I just like stack them up in my room or whatever. But I tell you what, right? So the premise of the show, from what I can remember, is basically this bairn is enchanted by basically an object like a pyramid, like a small pyramid necklace that he wears around his neck, and it basically transforms him into an adult that can play this game where you battle with monsters on the cards. Like, so when you put them on the table, they come to life and they actually fight one another.
Yep.
And I mean, from what I remember, the show was fucking quality. I used to love just watching big fuck off 20-foot tall monsters batter shit out of each other. And the show, like, I actually remember I watched it drunk with Fergus a year or so ago, and it's actually a lot darker than I remember it being. It's just folk getting battered left, right, and centre and that, and getting killed and all that. But
Yep.
it isn't as good as Pokemon. Never will be. I do think though, right, and again, I'll probably get a lot of hate with this, but I think most anime is shite. I think this is one of the few ones that's quality that's an anime show. So I want to put it just in quality for that. Maybe for the memories alone.
Right, you know what?
Will you let me have it since it's mine?
Go for it, why not?
Thank you. Right. Final one, and because obviously I kind of got my say in that, like, tell me when to stop again for this one.
No.
Jesus, we're getting all the items of clothing out of the way today. Pajamas. Firstly, what do you sleep in? Yeah, boxers, bollock naked,
Scud.
pajamas. Scud, full scud.
It depends. So sometimes I'll leave the boxers on. If I'm unwell, I don't know why. Boxers t-shirt. Don't know why. Yeah.
See, I thought that would be the worst thing to do when you're unwell, because when you're unwell, you're usually kind of hot, aren't you?
Aye. I've no idea why. Primarily Scud. Sometimes boxers. Depends.
I'm always boxers. Can I go in the I can, but I just don't enjoy it as much. Prefer boxers, keep it contained,
Hate pajamas though.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have not owned a pair of pajamas since I was probably about 8 years old or something like that.
Even birds that wear pajamas. Fuck up. Do you know what I mean?
Like I can see folks that well, not guys as much. I can see lassie and that they lounge about the gaff and that in pajamas if they're hungover and that. I wouldn't do it myself, but I can kind of get why you would, because obviously they're comfier to wear in and shit like that. But
yeah,
again, like you're saying, to actually sleep in, fuck that.
Fuck that. 100%.
They can be comfort, but it's just why?
Nah, fuck that.
The thing as well, right? The thing I don't get, right? See in the morning, right? Is the first thing you would do go for a shower and that when you wake up, before doing anything else? Would you so you wouldn't go downstairs, lounge about, eat breakfast, and then go upstairs and get a shower and that, would you?
No, I'd go for a shower.
Because see, for me personally, I've never understood the people that are get up, go downstairs, sit about in my pajamas for an hour, fucking cut about reading the newspaper, go and watch the TV or something like that, unlike last night's clothes. First thing I need to do, shower, get washed off, fresh pair of clothes on, then I feel ready to relax, and then I sit in my own fucking filth and that. Especially with pajamas as well. Do cunts because I've genuinely not worn them since I was about 8. Do cunts just wear the same pair of pajamas 4 or 5 nights in a row? Because if so, that's grim as fuck. Or do you have a pair for each night of the week?
I'd imagine you have a pair for each night, surely.
Even then, that's just fucking excess of washing that can't be arsed with, surely.
Suppose. Fuck knows, to be honest. It's a bit of a weird one.
I know.
For me,
you and me, I don't think are the qualified people, but because we own the wall, we will judge.
Aye. So they're shite.
Yeah, they are shite. How far down are they worse than SUVs? I don't think they're as bad as SUVs. You know that. I would never do it myself. I can understand the point of folk that want to lounge on them the day after a night out. That's the only saving grace I'll give them. So
I suppose in the winter it's really warm, Christmas pajamas.
Okay, so we'll say just above SUVs then for the shite. Aye. Yeah, that's fine. Okay then, that's the 5 for this week. You want to go for one more to end out the podcast? You want a wee special one to end it?
Aye, let's go for it one more fucking.
Then we'll let you go away and die in your bed.
Thank you.
Right, go on, tell
me. Very much at that stage.
Yeah, I can tell you that was good.
Fuck you.
Stop
now.
Oh, okay. Cafes. What's your thoughts on are we cheeky cafe? Are we ground house, something like that?
Right. So
you aren't a coffee or tea drinker, are you?
See, this is where it gets interesting now. So ever since Taylor's joined the shop, right, where I work, as you know, we've been close, been good pals, right? She loves coffee.
Right.
I've always loved coffee.
Have you?
Aye, I've always been I'm Americano.
I genuinely don't think I've ever seen you drink coffee.
No, because I avoid it because it's like rocket fuel for you. Yeah. So I avoid it. But then she joined the company. She started bringing a wee coffee here, there, and everywhere, and then all of a sudden.
So you're saying she's ruined that for you?
Aye, full on. But on our days off, sometimes where we go for a coffee,
to a cafe,
Costa, and all that shit. So they serve their purpose for me slightly now. It's good because if you can go there with somebody you can chat shite for hours, perfect. You get some good grub and some cafes.
You do.
For sure. But they're a bit pointless, aren't they?
It's not even that, right? I always think when I'm in a cafe with some friends, maybe not necessarily like family or that, but if I'm in a cafe with some friends, I just sort of sit down and I look and I'm having my juice and that, and I'm thinking we could just be up at Spoons getting a pint and also getting some food there. Like I guess it's the middle of the day, but I'd rather be sitting with you having a pint instead of sitting down while she's having a coffee, basically.
Yeah.
Like they're fine. I can enjoy myself. It just
You're an
always
alcoholic though.
I'm a fuck. I haven't had a drink in like 2 days.
10 minutes.
2 days.
You're an
My
alcoholic.
day off and I didn't even have a drink.
You're an alcoholic.
I'm a fuck.
You're a serious alcoholic.
I turned down going to
Liver-
the pub before this
Liver is in
podcast.
tatters. So
Like,
an alcoholic.
Just because I had that 1 month where I drank for a full month
William,
does not mean anything.
William, you're an alcoholic. End of story.
Rubbish.
Right?
Absolute rubbish.
You are a full-on alcoholic.
I
End
could
of story.
easily give up. I literally have before. I've said to folk, I guarantee you I can go a full month without drinking. They said no
Liam,
chance. And I went a full month without drinking.
You are a fucking alcoholic.
I
right?
went a full month without drinking before.
Henceforth, if someone says to you, let's go for a coffee or let's go for a pint, you're choosing a pint. You're an alcoholic bastard.
100%. Pubs are
On your
more
lunch
interesting
break,
place.
somebody, Jack comes up for the army and says, oh, Liam, I've not seen each other in ages. Let's go for a coffee
Oh yeah, I'll
on
100%
your lunch
go.
break. Aye, but you would rather, you want to go to Spins instead, get a wee
No,
pint.
no.
Aye, you
that's
would,
different.
you're an
No,
alcoholic bastard.
no, that's different, right? No, see if it was a friend I hadn't seen in a long time that were like, you want to go for a coffee? 100%. See if Shroon comes back from China tomorrow, it's like, you want to go to a cafe? I'll say, no, get a grip, let's go to the pub.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fucking superb having you tuning in when I've got COVID with this alcoholic bastard.
Fuck
Ridiculous.
up. I hope
Right.
you fucking choke on your food. Either way,
Should I
though,
can.
where are we putting cafes? Because they are still half decent. Although we couldn't
Aye,
say.
they're just in the quality for me.
We're saying they're as good as KFC. No, they're better than KFC, actually. Fuck it.
Better than KFC, yeah. Probably just above KFC, though, when they go too far.
Yeah. I don't think KFC is actually too high looking at that, but we always say KFC is like the very lowest end.
I
of
mean,
quality.
KFC is probably my fourth choice fast food restaurant. So
I think every time I look at it, it's just like it's literally the benchmark for beginner of quality. Everything else should be better than it.
aye, I agree.
Right. Okay. We've got our list for today now. Thank you to the listeners if you watched the full episode of this, because I'll admit it has been a slight shit show, but you know, Jamie's had COVID and also we're recording this late. I mean, yeah, and also as well, we have literally had no time to prepare for this. So I think we've done pretty well, to be honest.
I agree.
Now, like I said, to try and make it up to you next week, I'm going to go try and see if we can get a guest on. Hopefully, we'll be able to get someone. I mean, it fucks with the schedule, so we might have to do 2 guests in a row, but I'm sure people won't complain about that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, listen, take care, Jamie. I hope you get well soon, mate. And, yep. Until next time, I'm going to the pub. I'll see you next time. I've been Liam Whyte.
I'll be Jamie Allan.
Catch you on next week. Goodbye.
We talk football and current events, sitting and chatting with the very best guests. We're 2 Scottish boys and we're loving it. So if you like witty banter, check the former #1 podcast on iTunes. Sitting and chatting.